guys, welcome back to my channel. It is such a nice day. It's hot as I don't know what outside, y'all, but I'm in a good mood today. First of all, can we talk about the lighting? The lighting is so good today. I have the window up, which is rare because I don't like it to mess up the light, but it's nice, okay? So let me tell you guys something before we get into this case. We're going to talk about this horrific crime, which has been going on for too long. I'm going to get into that. Yo, I was watching movies with my sister last night, which we're watching horror movies today too. That's my horror movie buddy. Nobody else in my family watch horror movies. My friends don't even like horror movies, and I don't understand it. I'm like, I love to be scared. And, but you would think, since I love to be scared, I can watch anything. So I chose, we was going back and forth with movies. I chose The Strangers because we was like, at this point, we're at the level of talking about what they do wrong through the movie. And she picked Saw. So we ended up watching Saw 4 with her, and I was watching Strangers. We watched The Strangers first, then Saw 4. Y'all, I'm not a Saw person. I can't watch it. It's too gruesome. And then she was like, well, you can look at all these murder cases, but this is too gruesome. Yeah, they are really too gruesome. So then what we're watching tonight is, y'all seen this movie. I'm not putting the title up here, just know, because I don't want to look it up. It's so creepy with the clown. We're watching Terrifier. We seen All Hallows Eve when we was younger, which scarred me for life. And now we're going to watch Terrifier and then Terrifier 2. Y'all, I had to look up, we was looking up stuff about that movie, that director. I was like, this is a freaking snuff film. That movie is so freaking gore and just disgusting, but it's so creepy. The first one was just so scary, and I was like, I gotta see these. It's just straight killing. I don't know why we watch these, or why do we like to scare ourselves? Why do anybody like to scare ourselves? So what we're talking about today is more crime. It's crime all on this channel now. I love it that I turned this channel into like a true crime news. I love it all. So this case is about a man who lured his ex-girlfriend to his home to beat, strangle, and kill her because he loved her too much. Y'all, these ex videos, I've seen so many. I actually got a whole list of them. I was doing my research. I was like playing videos. You'll be surprised by how many I'm actually looking at right now on my screen. I have a lot to talk about with that. There's so many cases with like ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends killing their ex-wives, ex-girlfriends. It's just weird. This whole just gore and murder of like killing somebody that you used to date. And this dude has a girlfriend. That's what's weird. But obsession is involved. A lot of stuff I say could be prevented only because the justice system. That's what we're talking about. This is no blame game here, okay? We're not blaming her. This is not her fault. This dude, she had a restraining order against this dude. Police came to the door, heard voices, but left because nobody opened it. Y'all, there's so much to this, and it's so weird, and I can't wait till they release more information, because I'm only reading it from Law and Crime, and I'm like pinpointing it and like dissecting it. But there is, like, obsession is a real thing, and there are dudes who just can't get over people, and there are girls the same way, and it's kind of like they're saying, if I can't have you, no one can. That's kind of what this is. I feel like that's what all these are with these, like with the killings. But there has been like a wave of men killing their ex-girlfriends. There's also a couple I'm going to talk about on this channel, most likely today, about exes, and well, not exes, but current boyfriends killing their pregnant girlfriends and wives. It's just like this notion of like, why would you do this? What is your problem? Like, his thing is that he loved her too much. He was obsessed. He was mad she couldn't leave. That's what this is. He had a hard time moving on because he went to his girlfriend's house after this to confess. So it's just obsession. That's all it is. And it's weird that this is going on so much. Y'all remember I called this, if you didn't, you can check out the last video. I called this era the Purge era because I feel like there's so many murders happening randomly in the weirdest, gruesome ways. And y'all, these officers, these detectives, they got their work cut out for it because this is never going to stop. But I have a lot to talk about, and that's sad. But I get content. But I'm like, we don't need to kill. I think it would be a better place if this wouldn't happen. But then you got people be like, but the world wouldn't work. Really? Would it not? It really would if we didn't murder each other. So I'm going to share the screen with you guys, okay? Okay, man lured ex-girlfriend to his home where he beat and strangled her to death because he, and I quote, loved her too much. A 37-year-old man in California is facing a possible life sentence, and I think it's interesting they say possible. You know, anybody who kills, anybody who killed for no reason, stuff like this, should get life in prison. So, but I'm pretty sure his trial hasn't started. That's why they say possible. A possible life sentence for killing his ex-girlfriend, luring the 24-year-old woman back to his apartment where he beat and strangled her to death on St. Patrick's Day last year. That's insane. A jury in Santa Ana on Thursday found Aaron Stephen Romo guilty of first-degree murder in the brutal slaying of Morel Matus, authorities announced. Jurors also convicted him on one count of felony domestic battery, resulting in corporal injury, and one of felony imprisonment by menace, violence, fraud, and deceit for December 2022 attack on Matus, in which he threw the victim over a balcony railing. What the heck? Okay, jeez, that didn't kill her. What, like? You know what I find interesting about these cases with obsession people, like exes who can't move on for some reason. I find it weird and interesting that they always say they love someone so much, but you wouldn't do that to somebody you love, or you shouldn't. You know, really just like I'm talking about abuse and domestic violence. When the man hit women, you'd be like, why would you do that to somebody you love? Like, you don't love her, and maybe, I don't know, no, there's no maybe, but there's no but. I feel like this man just had, it's just obsession. That's all it is, just obsession. And he don't want her to be with nobody else, so he ended up killing her. Throwing her over a balcony is wild. So according to a news release from the Orange County District Attorney's Office, Romo in the early morning hours of March 17, 2023, was involved in a fight outside of a bar that left him badly injured. He had just been thrown out of a bar by bouncers after being slapped by a woman who had rejected his advances. Despite Matus having a restraining order against him in connection with the December 2022 attack, he called his ex-girlfriend several times, asking her to pick him up. She finally agreed, and the couple went back to his apartment which the two had previously shared. A security guard at the apartment complex reportedly called the police after seeing him violently pull her into the residence as she screamed for help. And I quote, this was the security guard, "I'm not crazy, I'm not going in there." The security guard reportedly said he heard Matus screaming before he dragged her in. And I think we also need to normalize, it's going to be weird, kind of like, I'm not going to say bad by saying this, y'all, but we need to normalize not helping, okay? I feel like, because a lot of stuff, you see how quickly she was just a nice girl who was trying to help her ex out, even though he threw her over the balcony, which, bro, you wouldn't even see my face no more. I'd probably be in another country, but he'd probably go find me there. But we need to normalize saying no and ignoring the calls. But then you'd be like, y'all, stuff go through my head. Like, I'm like, what if she did that and he went to go find her? Like, you know what I mean? Normalize, like, saying no to these people if they like constantly block their number. Get a new phone number. That's what you do. Get a new phone number. Normalize breaking out full contact with these people. And I know it's hard for some people. They feel bad, especially when, you know, they call you like that. And I don't know what he sounded like. He probably sounded so sincere. They'll do anything to get people in there. And it's crazy because he was most likely drunk as well. So it's just escalated so fast, and that's sad because she was just trying to help him. And you know what? That's why you can't help people. Nowadays, that's saying, like, since COVID happened, it's really everybody for themselves. I'm not joking. Like, you really got to live off that motto, y'all. Everybody for themselves, because a lot of people can't be helped. So at trial, one of the responding officers testified that they waited outside of the door about 5 minutes, and then hearing the actor screaming, so they decided that they should not enter by force. Really? She was killed less than an hour after police left the scene. The victim's family has already filed a lawsuit against the county and police, alleging that the officers acted negligently by not intervening and should have known she had a restraining order against him. As previously reported, Matus' family became nervous when they could not get where her, leading her mother to search for the 24-year-old. The next day, Matus' mother became concerned when she noticed her daughter did not return home and she was unable to reach her on her cell phone. Her mother went to his apartment and found the door open, her dead in the bathroom. She had been badly beaten and strangled to death. After killing Matus, he drove to his new girlfriend's, where the prosecutor says he confessed to killing her. Police arrested him at the other woman's home shortly after that. At trial, his defense are argued. Can they even have a defense? First of all, I know that's their job to like defend these people, but realistically, how can they sleep at night? I know that's their job, but these people have to have no emotion to like condone killers. I just can't. And before I even get into the last part, the police, they'll never do their job right. What like? Just he could have had her mouth, like they knocked on the door, and I'm pretty sure he probably was covering her mouth so she don't say anything. And you always got somebody. It's always the police, when they go into this stuff, and they don't try hard, bust down the door if you know she's in there, or like then I guess you could say realistically they probably thought that it was nothing in there, but I don't know. They could have got security to unlock the door, but then they'd be like breaking it in there. And y'all, this one is weird. It's only weird because I'm pretty sure that's going on like by the laws, but they don't think about it. They don't do much anyway for domestic violence victims. I feel like they don't want to try too hard. I witnessed that firsthand by somebody. And I'm just like, they knock, they leave, they ask a couple questions, they leave. Even if there's a restraining order, they'll get the person out the house. It's like there's no protection for the victim, and it's scary. It's actually scary. I think domestic violence and like stalking victims, I think that's one of the scariest things because you never know what they're capable of. I always say these cases always end badly. They always end badly because there's not enough done. But I just really wish she would not have went to the home, and not knowing what he would have probably planned some earlier. So yeah, that's weird. So at trial, his defense attorney argued that he did not think he was capable of murdering her because he simply loved her too much. And I quote, "The cycle of domestic violence have tragically claimed the life of another victim who could not escape the deadly hands of her abuser," Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer said in a statement after the proceedings. A mother's last memory of her daughter should not be finding her lifeless body on the floor where she spent the last moments of her life struggling to get away from the man who had repeatedly abused her. He is a master manipulator who repeatedly lured the victim back in his home and ruthlessly beat her and strangled her until she took her last breath. He's scheduled to be sentenced on June 24th. It's so sad. A mother should not, no family member should, like, find somebody, like, your family's lifeless body just on the bathroom floor or anywhere. It's so heartbreaking. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I'll probably have a panic attack. That's so sad. And then the mother, like, you found your daughter. But yeah, they definitely need to do more. Then you'd be like, what can they do? These people are crazy. Some people just don't stay away. That's why these people need to go to jail. I think restraining orders are useless because it ain't like somebody's watching his every move. You could call the cops and they'll go to jail for like a day or two until there's like more. I think there's more encounters and then they finally get jail time. But stalking is a really dangerous thing, and they really should be getting jail time for this stuff, especially when it's this serious. And definitely a manipulator, because I'm wondering if he was drunk, but he got in the bar fight. But I feel like he was drunk, and don't say he wasn't capable. You don't think he was capable of murder, boy? You just no. I feel like he was drunk, but even if he wasn't, that's insane though. It's so sad, and that, like I said, y'all, we as women, you definitely got to start saying no to text messages. Don't pick nothing up on these people. Cut them fully out of your life. You get a restraining order, you get a new phone, first of all. Get a new number. Just move. I also recommend people moving away because a lot of, I'm not going to say abuser, domestic violence victims, but like, people who be like stalked and stuff, they stay in the same area, but then sometimes you can't leave. It's not easy. inflation, it's just not easy to like up and move. So I understand that too. But it's just scary because these people never stop, and then you literally have to I also recommend, let me tell y'all this, women, self-defense. I always say this too, self-defense classes. I'm going to be taking one soon. Weapons. Have a weapon in your car at all times. Seriously, all times. And take one. You know what? I recommend having some on the sock or some on the pants leg, something. Yeah, I think I watched too many movies. But safety. It's all about safety. That's what we want. Women should be safe. They should not be getting stalked. They should not be getting lured into houses. They just shouldn't. Okay? So let me know what you guys think of this video. I can't believe he said he loved her too much. How the audacity. Crazy dude. I hope he get life in prison. He do not deserve to be out. Definitely a manipulator, evil, sick, disgusting man. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.